whatever time it is right now. 3:33 is when I put the stream in, and it took this long for YouTube to send out to however many people's on here right now. That's how long it took. So let me see how long it took you all. For some strange reason, let me see what time it is now. Oh, so 3:33, it took 6 minutes. That's when it said I started this stream when I filled out my thing. Now look at the time, 3:40. They are waiting. They are waiting to send out notifications. I must have done something wrong, you all. Hello there, Apple Brooks. I think I did. Probably did something wrong, and guess I spoke about something I should not have spoke about, you all. That's normally what happens. When you speak about something you should not speak about, boom, it happens like that, is what it happens about. You all, it's really pretty out. It's pretty, but it is so humid, you all. Look up here in the sky. Lord, it's so bright. You can see some shadows on here. I think you can. I can't even see what I'm looking at up here. That sun is super bright. Okay, wait, okay. Look at that shadow above these clouds right here, like right there in that direction, if I can. Right there. There's a shadow. It's like rotating up there, if even position. I can't even see what I got up here. This shadow is literally rotating up in the sky. So the sun must be rotating counterclockwise, because that's what it's doing. That's what I'm noticing, a counterclockwise rotation of that sun. And look how dark this is right here. That's not a shadow, you all, right there. It may look like a shadow, but that's not a shadow, because there is, are you seeing this? Let's look at this. Are you seeing this? What's happening is the dark smoky gray, it seems like it's coming out of that dark area. That's what it looks like happens. That's kind of, whoa. That will blind you, blinded by the light up in that sky. That's what I'm talking about. Refresh. What do you mean? You all can't see me on here? Can you see me or hear me? Because I don't know what's happening. Somebody said refresh. Yeah. You're feeling it? Okay, you can see me. That's great. Are you feeling it? Well, for one, exhaustion, a lack of motivation, a heaviness in the air. Are you feeling like a heaviness in the air, you all? And like a stillness in the air, like another stillness in the air. And the air feels, and it feels like what does it feel like? The air feels like a heaviness, it's just the rim. The rim feels slightly off, and you may be feeling physical effects on your body too. Let's try to sneak and see if we can see the sun up here, because it's burning. It's really super duper hot, and I can't look at it because it's so hot. You stay out in it a little bit, and your skin's going to get really dark. I mean, it's good if you need some vitamins and stuff like that. You can like get out here. See, the wind chimes agree. It's good if you need some vitamins. But are you feeling it? Let me get to the... you feel like, yeah, you was in a warm bubble or something. Yeah, it feels like a thickness, like a thick, stagnant, like a thick, stagnant, yeah, something like thick, stagnant energy, if that makes sense. Thick and stagnant and kind of void. It's like an empty energy. It kind of reminds me of the nothingness, the nothing on the never-ending story. You remember that? How things just started disappearing because the nothing showed up. The nothing. And that's kind of, it's like a void. It's like a void in the air, a voidness. And a voidness is, it's strange. It is a void, an empty void that's in the air. Let me flip this around. And because of this empty void, I think that it sucks the energy out. It drains your energy. And you may be having, like, I don't know if any of you are still waking up with shoulder pains, neck pains, back pains, headaches, knee pains. I don't know if anyone is still, they disconnected me. Did you see? Whatever I said, they disconnected me. I think someone said neck pain for hours, and then like that, they disconnected me. I hope that I am on here, that you can see me if they didn't turn my screen dark. Let's see. I'm still on here, Christine Mart. It's Christine Mott. Okay, that's good. Your joints, whatever it is, it does. Somehow it affects the joints. I don't know if you all went to that video that was about the Ed Hoyle, the YouTube link to my video back in April of 2022 concerning what was said about the black cloud, the black gaseous cloud on the video. The last comments on it were over 3 months ago. So I do believe that that video is kind of shadow banned. That's why I put the link in the description of last night's video about what was said about that. But you know, someone wrote about that when that thing comes near and stuff, something gets inside your body. That's all I'm going to say. And they said you got to send it love and energy. If you go read the comments under that video, not the one that I did, well, I did a video last night, and I referenced a video. I referenced a video that I did from April of 2022 this year about the black cloud and black goo, and it had Picard from Star Trek and the black goo tar thing, the oily substance. But it's inside that video. Those comments that people wrote, I looked at some of the comments today from April, and there's really interesting comments about, you know, all of that, you all. I think everything is tied together somehow, some way. Everything that, you know, we've been discussing and showing, it's all linked together. It's like a calmness, a stuffiness. It's like being in a stuffy room where there is no air circulating. There's no life circulating. It's like a void of life in this air, this realm, this atmosphere that I'm sensing. It's void of, you know, what we would consider, I don't know, like the essence of life itself from a view, from a spiritual point of view. And I don't mean disrespect, I don't, to, you know, something that's out there, because that's how it was made, obviously. But it's like an emptiness, like a void, you all. Let me see this. The nothing, that's what I said, the nothing. And she kept telling Sebastian, give me a name. He needed to give the princess or the queen a name, or there would be nothing left. She said, say my name. That's what she said, say my name. And then, and then he gets up and he goes and he yells her name. And then, you know, I guess everything kind of returns back. Somehow, some way it returns back, you all, when he says her name and she's crying at the last minute, you all. So yeah, I wouldn't want to see something like that, the world slipping away. But let me see this. Thinks before the shift to the new earth. Yeah, the movie was really good, you all. But are you feeling it? Are you feeling the joint pains, the back pain, the headache, the lethargy, your exhaustion? You might even be feeling some type of a confusion too. You might. Some type of confusion. You may be experiencing a lot of feelings that you have not experienced before, and you may be wondering where on earth did those feelings come from, because you normally don't focus on something like that. You may be focusing on things and feeling things that you've never felt before, thinking about things before in your mind. You may be doing that. Um, you may. You're dazed, tired, chemtrails. You got chemtrails. You're feeling it. It's like in a daze, Christine. Yeah, a lot of people are feeling in a daze. Sometimes I get that way too, and I shake my head and I'm thinking, oh, no, you don't. You're not going to put me in a trance. It's like you're being put in a trance, like a spell. If someone had a wand and they went and put you in a spell, in a daze, that is possible, you all. That is, something like that is possible, with a great big thing that they could do that with. Quite possible. When you go to the ocean, you can't explain it. Time stops. I think that's wonderful. Has anyone wondered who is they? It's spiritual. It's spiritual. And it would be hard to explain the spiritual and the unseen. If your mind didn't go there, it really would be. If your mind's never thought about something like that, the they is more or less, it's the unnamed. It's the unnamed. I've yet to think of a name, because it's like one great big like entity, comprised of all these other attributes, you know, traits and stuff like that. One great big unnameable, unseen, something like that. That's out there, invisible, spiritual, and interdimensional. You can call it the unseen. Indeed, there's a lot of unseen. There is a whole lot of unseen. You may not be able to see it, but you can feel it. You can feel it in your sixth sense, you can feel it, you can see it with your third eye. You know something's there. You can feel it. You can feel the energy from it, even though it's invisible. Invisible, untouchable, unnameable. You felt like your whole bed was vibrating. Bridget, that has been going around for a while now. That's only happened to me maybe around 4 or 5 times, but I've heard this account a lot from people. as they lay there, their whole body vibrates. Some people said that they were getting, I don't know, like an upgrade, a DNA upgrade or something like that. They have said that before. And it's, if you've never felt what she's saying, it's a very strange sensation. Yeah, and it is. It's like your whole body vibrates, the whole entire cells and all vibrating, you are. It's really, it's unexplainable unless you have experienced it. The time is speeding up. It is speeding up really fast, so fast, and it's hard to keep up with time. And I don't think that any of us truly can keep up with time because of it. We can't grasp time. It would literally, it would be like oil in our hands if we tried to grasp time. You can't grasp it. It's invisible too. But yet it has a name. Time has a name. It's past, present, and future. It's always here. It's always here. Hello. Not all of us stay in our vessels when we sleep. No, they don't. They do not. You feel a burn down your spine, dragging your butt around. Dragging your butt around, so you feel your body is purging. Wow. That's interesting. Certainly if we've got negative energies or anything like that in our body that needs purged, I think it'd be great to get it out. You don't want it in your body. To purge it all out would be wonderful. It really would be. To cleanse your body, to help cleanse your mind, your soul, all of it. It's there's like a quietness also in the spiritual realm. It's just like something is just waiting. It's just sitting there waiting, biding its time. It's just waiting, and it's going to make a move, whatever it is. And you know, it's like the darkness. The darkness is out there, and it doesn't like its plans known at all. It doesn't. It wants to keep people in suspense. It does. But there are some who do know what the darkness has in store. They are forewarned ahead of time. They are. So that we can prepare somewhat to the best of our ability, you all. But really, who can, like, how do you manage your time to the best of your ability when you have massive headaches, aching backs, your neck is aching, it's stiff, your joints are aching, you are literally drained of energy. It's like your whole body has been stopped in its tracks, and your mind, your spirit wants to do things, but this vessel that you found yourself in, it's saying, no, you're not. Like, how do you push beyond what this physical body is saying to your spiritual and your soul? How do you press beyond it when that happens? How do you? Because it's very difficult. It certainly does slow you down, and it causes you to refocus. It does, on whatever it is you need to focus on. It's not pleasant living in pain. It isn't at all. And it's like, at times it's beyond our control. We can't say I don't want it and keep it away. I guess you could if you were powerful enough within your being, but to tell these energies, these things that are on our bodies that are causing the pain, to get out, it's not that easy. It's not that easy, you all. It's not even that easy for doctors to do that, to literally just like make it disappear. It's not. Do I think it's like an attack? I think sometimes it's an attack. There are those who feel that it is ascension symptoms, when your body starts aching all of a sudden, um, your hip, all of a sudden one day you wake up, your hip is so bad and you cannot get rid of the pain, and it was fine when you went to sleep. You wake up and you go to the doctor, you find out now your hip is out of joint. You need surgery on your hip. To me, that would not be an ascension symptom. If you were perfectly fine when you went to sleep and you woke up and now you got to have a hip replacement, how can that be an ascension symptom? Or you're perfectly fine when you go to sleep with your knees, perfectly fine, and you wake up. You can't even put pressure on your knees. You can't. Just like that, you go to the doctor and you got major problems, and then you got to have knee surgery. That can't be ascension symptoms. Sounds like an attack to me. It really does. When you have something wrong with your body and something all of a sudden gets out of place, that's not ascension symptoms, you all. That's not. It's not. It should not throw you into the hospital having your bones and your joints out of place. It shouldn't. How's that going to make you do whatever it's supposed to do on the inside of your body? I think the majority of us ascend within our spirit inside of here. It's like our third eye up here, along with our heart-centered. It opens and it sees more. The connection, the spiritual connection is made. I think that's where, I know that's where the majority of my growth comes from. You can call it ascension. I call it growth. Spiritual growth comes from the inside of here, right here, from the center of my heart and the center of a lot of people's heart. It is the wellspring of light and of life. It's the wellspring right there inside of us, you all. Yeah, so there is a such thing as ascension symptoms. They have given it a name. They have. There are a lot of people who swear by it. There are a lot of people who have their doubts. There's a lot of people who say, no, it's not. But there are many different theories as to why our bodies feel the way that they feel. And it will vary from individual to individual. If you were to ask, if they were to ask you, what are you feeling and why are you feeling it? Okay. And you cannot convince someone, you know, to change their mind just like that, just because you may see it in a different point of view, through a different perception based on the knowledge that you have gathered or that you have been told. You can't force someone else to believe in the way that you believe, no matter what it is you are. You can't do that. You can't, and it's wrong. It's wrong to force anyone to do something like that. They got to come to their own understanding based on all of the information that they can gather, all the knowledge they can gather, you all. See, that's one thing I don't want to do. I do not want to force anybody to believe anything that I believe. I do not, because that's wrong, because I don't want somebody to force something on me, especially if my spirit is saying, now wait a minute, I don't agree with that. No, don't try to force something on me, because I'm going to. My spirit will literally, it'll hold its hand up like that and say, back off, back off. It's not resonating with me. It's not for me. And you've seen it before, you all. So there's many theories out here. There is, on many different things. And sometimes our spirit will agree with certain theories. It will resonate with it. But other theories and stuff, it will not resonate. And it's okay. It's okay. Because those other theories that may not resonate with our being, it's going to resonate with other people's being. It is. And it's okay, you all. In that case, I guess you could say, to each their own. To each their own. Let them live their life, and you live your life. Okay, that's basically, that's the world we live in. Let them live their life, and you live your life. Okay, without trying to force things upon other people, as this is the way it is, and you're going to listen. Okay, Something like that, you all. I don't even know why. I don't like to have conversations like that either. I don't. I don't like to have conversations like that where people say, as a matter of fact, this is exactly the way it is. This it's my way or the highway. No, it's not your way or the highway. Yeah, you can't do that to people. You cannot say with an absolute fact, neither can I. I cannot say with an absolute fact what I say is going to be for everyone else. I can't say it, and I won't say it. I won't. And I would be very naive if I thought within my spirit that the whole world should agree with everything that I say. I'd be very naive. I'd be very selfish. I'd be very self-centered. I'd be very arrogant. I know that people are different. I know there's various views in the whole entire world, you all. You know there's various views on all kinds of things, all kinds of things. We are all on a journey. We're trying to find our way through this life, down this road called life. We're trying to find our way, finding, what is there? What is the truth? And we meet each other along the way. We do. I meet you, you meet me. Our paths cross, and we keep going. Sometimes we walk together, sometimes we don't. Sometimes we walk off the path and take a detour, then we get back on the path, you all. That's really how it is in this life. It is. You've got to walk that path. It's like a song. You got to walk that lonesome valley. You got to walk it by yourself. Ain't nobody else going to walk it for you. You got to walk it by yourself. Because in the end, it's inside of here. It's inside of you. It's inside of me. We know what is best for our spirit. We do. I can't convince you of something otherwise. You don't even know why I'm going here. I'm supposed to be saying, can you feel it? Did you feel it? Because I'm feeling the sweat running down my face. That's right, you all. That's right. I respect people too, and I don't like people speaking down to me. I do not. I don't like arrogance. That's one thing I have never liked. Arrogance. Arrogance in an individual. It's a major, major turnoff. I don't care whether you're a man or you're a woman. It's a major turnoff. And there's some people who will admit to you that they are very arrogant, extremely arrogant, and they're proud of it. And there are some people that will be in denial, but you will know them. You'll know them, how they carry themselves, the words that come out of their mouth. You know what to look for, you all. Just whatever resonates with you, okay? Yeah, I would hope that whatever resonates with you has love residing with it. I really do. I hope that it is a byproduct of love from inside of here. And I hope that thing that resonates with you, it came from love. That's really what I hope. Came from a place of love, true love, unconditional love. That's where I hope it came from. Just like I said, there's many theories, many theories, many views on life. But if they don't have love at its core, somehow, some way, if it's not leading back from that type of a source, I don't know about them. I really don't. I don't, you all. I just try to, that's all. I'm not saying nothing else. I'm not saying nothing else. I've done said too much, you all. I say too much and boom, I had to stop myself. Because I don't like to talk on love. I love talking on love. I really do. I love it. But I will not, for your sake. I will not go on any further because that's one of my favorite subjects. It was one of my favorite subjects, and I could just write poetry and just speak about it and all the attributes that it has with it, all the offshoots, all of the byproducts that come from love. There's so many good things. So many good things, you all. There is. That's what I will say. And that's the most important thing right there. What's inside of there, you all. You can be very knowledgeable, extremely knowledgeable You can know all the mysteries that there is to know, but if inside of here there is not love, what good is it? What good is it? Yeah, what good is it? I got these bugs flying around out here. Yeah, if you don't got love, no. And that's one of the reasons why when people have a message to share, they got some information, they got to get it out. They got to get it out. There are people who have a lot of good information they want to get out, and they're so forceful in the way that they do it. They don't know how to do it because they don't do it in love. They don't do it in love, you all. Love literally does. It makes a clear path. Boom. It doesn't have any stumbling blocks in front of it. If you've got something to deliver, deliver it in love, and it should clear the way. If you've got something to share, and if you have to go beg somebody to share what it is you got to share, I'm sorry. Yeah. Now, I've seen that a lot. Okay, let me just say this. I've seen it a lot. People have a lot that they want to share, and they tell me, you got to share this. You've got to get it out. I really got this. I got to get this out. You got to tell the people about it. You've got to share this. You've got to, you got to, you got to. Why do I got to? Because you told me I got to? Love is not demanding, you all. It is not demanding of its own way. It's not. But if someone comes to me and they're so demanding, I'm going to flip that switch off. That's a big turn off. Because then you're trying to force me to say what you want me to say instead of letting me be guided by that spirit within inside of me. I'm always, if I have a choice, I'm going straight back to that spirit right inside of here, right there. If I had to choose in this world, I'm going to always come back right there, heart-centered, right there, my spirit. The spiritual realm, that's where I'm going to focus from, right there. That's going to be where I do all my work from the spirit within me. This is probably boring people, but that's okay, you all. That's all right. I can't see the comments that well anyway. My screen's gone dark. But I am going to go, you all, because, no. I'm done talking. I really am done talking. So thank you all for your comments. I'm sorry I done a lot of talking. I am. I just opened my mouth and yeah. So with that being said, you all, thank you for listening. I don't even know what all I said. I do not, but that's okay. That's all right. I'm not going to force you to have a certain train of thought. I'm not going to force you to think a certain way. That's up to you. You are the one who decides what you believe, what you don't believe. Okay, it's up to you. Don't let somebody force you into receiving something that your spirit does not want to receive. Don't do it. Don't follow the crowd just to fit in. Do not do it, you all. Don't follow the crowd just to fit in and be accepted. Be who you are, and you will be guided to the right people. The right people will find you, and you will be accepted. Okay, just the way you are. You won't have to change one single thing about you. Not one thing. You're perfect. So with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And thank you all for coming on here. Thank you, Apple Brooks. If there's any other moderator on here, thank you. Thank you all for your comments. Thank you for those hearts.